joining me this evening. I know it's late, so just start off by expressing gratitude for yourself and just being happy that you showed up on your mat today and knowing that your body is grateful and thankful for the attention. So meet me on your mat. Coming onto all fours in a neutral tabletop position. Palms pressed into the earth, tops of your feet pressed into your mat. Biceps facing forward, lengthening through your spine, drawing your pelvic bone in. Creating space across your chest by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Sensing the earth beneath you. Noticing how it's supporting every part of the body that's making contact with the mat. Noticing your breath. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, creating more space across your chest. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, lowering your belly down to the mat, lifting through the chest, gazing up. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, pulling your belly button in towards your back, pushing your body away from the mat. Another cow, lowering your belly down to the mat, drawing your shoulder blades together, chin slightly raised, gazing up. Exhaling, rounding your back, drawing your belly button into your spine, pressing your body away from the mat. Coming back to a neutral tabletop position. Press your body back, allowing your sit bones to rest on your heels. Keeping your arms extended out in front of you. Rest your forehead on the mat in a child's pose. Lengthening through your spine, allowing the energy to travel from your root chakra all the way out through your crown. Breathing in here, exhaling and releasing deeper into the position. Lifting your body back onto all fours. Lengthen your legs back. Chaturanga arms, lowering yourself down to the mat, laying flat on the mat. Elbows tucked into your sides. Inhaling, lifting through the chest, lowering your pelvic, drawing your pelvic bone down, pressing your tailbone into the mat. Walk your elbows closer to your sides, coming up into a Sphinx pose. Arms perpendicular with the mat, feet and pelvic floor pushed into the earth, gazing up. On your next exhale, lower your chest back down to the mat, resting one cheek on the mat, maybe your forehead, or resting on your hand. Sensing in, tuning into the earth beneath you, supporting your body. Extend your arms to each of your sides, palms facing up towards the sky. Inhale through your toes. Allow the energy to travel all the way out through the crown of your head. Exhale, imagine that energy running down from your crown once again through the soles of your feet. Inhaling and allowing the energy to flow. Exhaling, flowing the energy down. Lengthening your back, shoulders, creating space in your chest Squeezing those shoulder blades together, but relaxing into the posture. Slide your arms back up to your chest, fingers pointed towards the top edge of the mat. Inhaling, coming into all fours once again. Exhaling, pressing your sit bones into your heels, arms extended out in front of you. Forehead comes to the mat, pulling your chest forward, creating space across your chest. Child's pose. Inhaling, coming up onto all fours once again. Extending your right leg back, toes on the mat. Curling your toes on the mat. Can you see my feet? Yeah. Curling your toes on the mat and pressing your heel down to the mat, getting a nice stretch in your right back, the back of your right leg. Left knee pressed into the mat, perpendicular to the earth. Shoulders stacked over your elbows and your wrists, gazing over the top edge of your mat, creating space across your chest. Release, letting that go, bringing your right knee to meet your left once again in a neutral tabletop. Extending, lengthening your left leg back, toes curled underneath. Strong right knee at a 90-degree angle, lengthening through the spine, out the crown of your head. Pressing your heel down to the mat, feeling that stretch in the back of your left leg. Noticing how it feels to play around in this pose. Maybe walking your hands forward and pushing through the palms of your hands, allowing that energy to run from your palms all the way out through the sole of your left foot, circulating that energy. Softening your left leg, bringing your left knee to meet your right in a neutral tabletop. Curling your toes underneath, lift your knees off the mat, raising your sit bones high into the air, pressing back into your first downward facing dog of the practice. Let's see here. Gazing at your toes, heels pulling towards the mat. It's okay to have a bend in the knees, bending your knees as needed. I invite you to pedal your feet or wag your tail, just getting acclimated to your first downward dog. And rolling your body one vertebrae at a time, come into a high plank position. Pulling your pelvic floor forward, joints stacked on one another. Strong core. On your next exhale, lift your sit bones high into the air, pushing back into a downward facing dog. Walk your toes close to your hands, coming into a forward fold. Inhale your body all the way up, fingers overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hands at prayer center. That was a pretty long intro. We'll just call that our pranayama and dhyana. Really just allowing our bodies to rejuvenate, relax, activating that parasympathetic nervous system so that we can sleep well tonight and dream well. Bring yourself to the top of your mat. All four corners of both feet pressed into the mat, toes spread. lifting your kneecaps and engaging the bandhas, lifting your pelvic floor, lengthening through the back. Roll your shoulders down your back, palms facing front, the short edge of your mat. Sensing that energy flowing through your being, feeling the support from the earth beneath you. Inhale your hands up overhead, gazing at your fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting one vertebrae at a time, hands overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hands at prayer center. Inhaling your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands into the mat, jump or step back into a high plank. Option to lower your knees down to the mat, putting the tops of your feet flat on the mat as well. Moving through your chaturanga on the exhale, elbows tucked into your sides. Inhaling into your heart opener, upward facing dog or cobra. Chest opens up, gazing up, chin tilted upwards. Curling your toes underneath, lifting your sit bones high into the air, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Gaze at the top edge of your mat. Step or jump to the top of your mat, exhaling into a forward fold. Inhaling, lifting your body one vertebrae at a time. Hands extend overhead, gaze up. Exhaling, hands at prayer center. Noticing how your body feels after a warm-up. Sensing what parts of your body feel most active in this moment. Paying attention to if you're holding on to any tension, loosening, softening your eyebrows and your jaw, releasing your tongue away from the roof of your mouth, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, softening through the chest and the abdomen. Curling your pelvic bone forward, strong legs, soles of the feet pressing down into the earth. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhaling, bringing your hands, your palms to touch the mat. Step back into a downward facing dog. Inhaling, gaze in between your hands. Step your right foot next to your right arm. Left foot comes to a 45-degree angle facing the top edges of your mat. Feet on 2 separate tracks here, and you're going to lift your torso up perpendicular to the earth. Arms parallel, extended up to the sky. Tracking your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Hips and shoulders squared to the short edge of your mat. Sensing the earth beneath you, strengthening your warrior. On your next inhale, open your shoulders and hips towards the long edge of your mat. Back foot comes parallel to the short edge of your mat. Opening up your body, right knee still tracking towards that right pinky toe. Arms at a T, gazing over your right fingertips. Inhale your palms up to the sky, noticing how your shoulders naturally draw down your back. Creating space across the chest. Flip your palms back to face the earth, allowing your shoulders to remain in this relaxed posture. Drawing your tailbone down to the earth. Inhaling, bring your right forearm to touch your right thigh. Sweeping your left arm in front of your torso up, opening your ribs up to the sky. Exhaling, coming back into that warrior two position. Flipping your right palm up, reverse your warrior, opening your ribs to the sky. Exhale, coming back into that warrior two. Imagine someone tied a string around your middle finger and it pulled your upper body forward. Flip your right palm up, bring your right forearm to rest on top of your right thigh. Left arm sweeps in front of your torso, extends up overhead, opening your ribs to the sky. Exhaling, coming back into that warrior two. Cartwheeling your arms down to the mat, step your right foot to meet your left in a high plank, and move through your chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Inhaling into your heart opener, chest up to the sky. Curling your toes underneath, lifting your sit bones, pressing back into a downward facing dog. Taking one more deep breath. Gazing at the top edge of your mat, step your left foot by your left hand. Right foot comes to a 45-degree angle pointed towards the top edges of your mat. Lifting your torso perpendicular to the earth, shoulders and hips square towards the top edge of your mat. Arms parallel, extended out. Warrior one. Drawing your tailbone down to the earth. Inhaling, coming into a warrior two, arms at a T, hips and shoulders open up to the long edges of your mat. Back foot comes parallel to the short edge of your mat. Gaze over your left fingertips. Feeling the opening across your chest, creating space in your abdomen and chest, throat, full body. Reverse your warrior. Inhaling, opening your ribs up to the sky. Exhaling, coming back into a warrior two. Pull your torso forward, extending your fingertips towards the top edge of your mat. Bring your left forearm to rest on top of your left thigh, sweeping your right arm across your chest, up and over, opening your ribs to the sky. Exhaling, coming back into a warrior two. Inhaling, reversing your warrior. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, extended side angle pose, opening your ribs up to the sky. Exhaling, warrior two, gazing over your left fingertips. Cartwheel your arms down and either go through your flow or go straight to a downward facing dog or child's pose. If you're flowing, high plank to low plank, inhaling into your heart opener. Exhaling, pressing into your downward facing dog. Breathing here.
One misconception of meditation is that if you meditate, your mind will be blank.
Just gonna go with the tried and true. resting in your child's pose, allowing your body to prepare for our hip openers and back bends and the rest of our practice. Meeting me in a downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands, coming to a forward fold. Inhaling, lifting your chest away from your thighs. Exhaling, drawing your chest to your knees. Inhaling, lifting your body up one vertebrae at a time. Arms lift up overhead. Exhaling, hands at prayer center. So we'll do a few more standing poses and then we'll get laid down on the mat. So we'll start with tree pose, grounding your right foot into the mat, all four corners pressing into the earth, toes spread. Go ahead and just test your stability today by just swinging your left leg, noticing how strong you feel in your right leg today. And you can either have your toes resting on the mat with your heel on your calf. You can have the whole sole of your left foot on your calf, or you can bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Your choice. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this because I need some rest. Squaring your hips towards the edge of the mat, wherever you're facing. Making sure your hips are even with one another, not popping a hip out. Option 2, lift your arms up overhead, growing your tree, gazing up slightly. Or maybe interlacing your fingers behind your back, drawing your shoulder blades down, opening up across the chest. I invite you to find a drishti, a non-moving object, to stabilize the pose. And if you'd like more of a challenge, you could try closing your eyes. Wherever you are, you can release your arms at your sides, bringing your left leg to a 90-degree angle, extending your leg out, toes flexed, lower your left leg down to the mat. Wiggle out your limbs. Nice. And let's see how our left side of the body compares to our right. So grounding all four corners of your left foot into the mat, toes spread, sensing that energy flowing up through the sole of your foot, and testing your stability by swinging your right leg around. I'm feeling more stable in my left today. Same options as the right side. You can have your toes on the mat, heel resting on your calf. Whole right sole of your foot placed on your calf, or you can put the sole of your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Up to you. I'm going to do the same thing I've done the other side of my body. Hips and shoulders facing in the same direction as my toes. Lengthening through the spine, drawing my shoulder blades down. Option 2, inhale your arms up and grow your tree. Hands at prayer center, or maybe interlacing your fingers behind your back, opening up through the chest. Allowing ourselves to ground down and grow roots into the earth, planting ourselves. Release your arms at the sides of your body, bringing your right leg to a 90-degree angle. Extend at the knee, toes flexed, pointed towards you. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Wiggle out your limbs. we'll move into chair pose. So you can have your feet hip width distance apart, feeling strong in your legs. Imagine you're sitting in a chair. So you're gonna draw your sit bones down to the earth, extending your arms out in front of you, parallel to one another. Lengthening from your tailbone out through the crown of your head. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the pose. Inhaling. Exhaling, sinking deeper into your chair. Drawing your shoulder blades together. Palms facing one another. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale, sink deeper. Holding here. Pulling your pelvic bone forward. Feeling that alignment in your lower back. Exhale, folding your body over. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, ragdoll. Option to wrap your hands around the back of your feet. Drawing your chest close to your thighs. Inhaling all the way up, rolling your shoulders back, coming into a mountain pose. You're going to widen your stance, having your toes at 45-degree angles pointed towards the corners of your mat. Tailbone drawing down to the earth. Bringing your hands at prayer center. Go ahead and lower your sit bones down to the earth into Malasana. Pulling your pelvic bone forward. Forearms pressed into the insides of your thighs. Tightening your shoulder blades together, pressing down through the soles of your feet. Holding here, option to feel around in the posture, moving the pressure from one foot to the other. And if you need a little bit of more of a restorative pose, option to take a block and sit it right underneath your sit bone, still getting the same benefits of the posture. Go ahead and move into crow. So moving from your Malasana pose, coming up onto your toes, shoulders pressed into your knees squeezing into your shoulders, arms in a chaturanga position, lifting up on your toes, pull your body forward, arms at a 90-degree angle. Maybe lifting one foot, maybe lifting the other. Pulling forward, looking over the top edge of your mat. Exhale, jump or step back into your high plank, moving through your chaturanga. Inhaling into your heart opener. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Option to lower your knees to the mat, lowering your sit bones onto your heels into a child's pose.
You're not going to get psychological depth anywhere else in the Hebrew Bible the way in which.
We'll slow down our practice as we come to the second half of this sequence. Meet me on your sit bones, legs extended out in front of you. Tailbone drawing into the mat. Seated Tadasana, I believe. We will move into a seated forward fold pose, so you can inhale your hands up, parallel to one another, perpendicular to the earth. Exhaling, extending from the waist, grabbing the outsides of your feet. Drawing your abdomen closer to your thighs, chest pulling forward towards your toes. Pulling yourself closer to your legs with each inhale and exhale. Option to rest your forehead on your knees, putting your prop under your forehead as needed. Exhale, release the pose, bringing your upper body perpendicular to the earth. Widen your legs, bringing them in at a 45-degree angle at each side. Pressing your sit bones into the mat, pulling your pelvic bone forward, lengthening through the spine, drawing your shoulder blades together, sensing the earth, sensing the support, knowing that you are supported. You always have the planet supporting you. We will do a reversed head to knee pose. So go ahead and turn your torso to square your left leg. And then you can bring your arms to a T position, resting your right arm, your right hand next to your knee, and left arm extending up overhead, coming parallel to the earth. Rolling your shoulders away from your ears, gazing up under your armpit. Feeling that nice stretch in your right side body. Option to reach and grab your toes. I'm not quite there yet, so I'm going to remain here. Lifting your torso up, arms coming to its T, lowering your palms to the ground. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So turning your torso to face your right leg. Placing your right palm, your left palm next to your right knee. Opening your ribs and chest up to the sky, lengthening your arm up overhead, gazing, tilting your head up, chin up, gazing up. I invite you to play around in this pose, maybe walking your fingertips closer to your heels, still expanding through the chest and ribs. Exhaling, coming back to center. Okay. Noticing how we feel after some twists and back bends and a nice warm up. Bringing our legs to touch. Body at a right degree angle. Sit bones grounded into the mat. Resting your hands wherever feels comfortable. Lengthening through the spine, allowing the energy to circulate freely. tuning into our breath, noticing the natural rhythm of our breathing, noticing if it's a smooth breath or maybe it's a little bit choppy. Feeling the coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. Feeling the breath travel through the chest, down to the belly, once again to the chest and out of the mouth. Maybe placing your palms on your belly and noticing how the belly expands on the inhale and constricts on the exhale. Maybe just feeling your belly grazing against your shirt on the inhale. Paying attention to the sound of your breath. Allowing your mind, allowing thoughts to flow freely through your mind. Things might come up, just acknowledging the thought and letting it go. Whenever you find that your mind has wandered off, just bring the focus back to your breath, back to the rhythm of your breathing, back to the sensations you experience around breathing. Allowing the prana meaning breath, breath of life, circulating through your being, nourishing your body. We'll do a even breath. We'll inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth, and just noticing what feels best relating to our breath, noticing what sensations we focus on the most. So, okay, start you guys off. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 5. Inhaling for inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Returning to a natural breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. Cleansing the breath. Practicing purity, one of the niyamas. And we will come onto our backs and do some supine poses. Sit bones grounded into the earth, soles of the feet flat on the mat. Extend your arms in front of you, lowering your spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Coming flat on the mat. Tilting your pelvic bone forward so your entire spine is making contact with the mat. Try to walk your fingers close to your heels, feet parallel to one another. We'll do a bridge pose, so pressing your soles into the feet. Pull your abdomen and pelvic floor up to the sky, allowing your legs do the work, not clenching your sit bones. Draw your body towards your toes. On your next exhale, begin to lower your spine down on the mat. Once again, your whole back making contact with the earth. And you can either do a a second bridge, or you can grab a prop and place it right underneath your tailbone. So lifting through the bridge. If you're taking a bridge, go ahead and lift all the way up. If you're using a prop, slide that right underneath your sit bone and sink into the pose. Soles of the feet pressed into the mat, drawing the energy up through your feet and legs, out through the crown of your head. Option to bring your palms to face the earth for a deepened sense of groundedness and support. If you're in a regular bridge, you can lower your body down to the mat one vertebrae at a time, using a prop now if that idea sounds enticing to you. If you're already in a restorative bridge, continue to sink deeper into the pose, noticing the breath traveling through your body. Forearms pressed into the mat. Noticing if any emotions or thoughts come up. Acknowledging them. Being grateful for the full spectrum of your human experience. Letting them go rather than letting them weigh us down. Focusing on how your body feels in this moment, being present here now. Nothing else matters right now but your practice. Being present in your body, showing up for yourself. And whenever you're ready, remove that prop from underneath your tailbone, lowering your spine down to the mat. Coming to a modified bridge. Whenever there's silence, take that space to notice the breath and focusing on the internal sensations that you feel. Noticing the warmth of the contact of your foot and the mat, the warmth of the earth beneath your shoulder blades, or your lower back. Maybe the coolness or the heat of the air around you. How it feels to press your toes into the mat. Feeling your belly expand as you take a deep inhale, flattening back out on the exhale. And go ahead and scoot your hips about 5 or 6 inches to the right side of your body, allowing your legs to fall to the left. Knees still stacked on top of one another. Bring your arms out to a T, gluing both of your shoulder blades down to the mat. Extending across your chest, gaze over your left fingertips. Gazing over your right fingertips, actually. Breathing into the twist, feeling the stretch in your side body. Option to put a prop underneath your left leg if it's not touching the earth. Building the props up to your body. Scooting your left hip to the right side a few inches. Feeling that expansion across your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Option to flip your palms up to the sky. Taking your time, coming back into a modified bridge, soles of the feet pressed into the mat, legs bent. Arms can come to the sides of your body, parallel to the long edges of your mat. Oof. Scoot your left hip, scoot your left, scoot your right hip. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so scoot your right hip about 5 or 6 inches to the left. Right hip making contact with the mat, left hip lifted. Extending your arms out to a T, both shoulders glued to the mat, allowing your knees to fall to the right side of your body. Gazing over your left fingertips. Drawing your right hip deep into the mat. Drawing your right shoulder, pressing your shoulders into the earth. Breathing into the left side of your body, feeling that expansion. Sinking into the pose, releasing, letting your body do the work, letting gravity allow you to rest. Coming back to center, planting the soles of your feet back to the mat, drawing your arms to the sides of your body. Noticing how your body feels after this practice thus far. And now you can roll onto one side of your body, rolling back onto your back because I forgot something. Go ahead and take a happy baby, drawing your knees into your shoulders, grabbing the outsides of your feet. Option to wrap your arms around the back of your calf and touch your inside ankles, drawing your knees close to your armpits. Drawing the outsides of your knees closer to the earth. Drawing the outsides of your knees closer to the long edges of your mat. Releasing the pose, bringing the soles to touch the mat. Rolling onto one side of your body. And slowly pressing yourself back up into an easy pose. Breathing. Feel free to sit on a prop, a blanket, a pillow, a block, or just having your sit bones rooted into the mat. Feel free to lift your palms to the sky or have them facing down to the earth. Feel free to choose intuitively and not put too much thought into it. Still reminding ourselves to keep alignment from our tailbone through the crown of our head by drawing our tailbone down into the earth, or thinking about it as pulling your pelvic bone forward. Either or, but I like to target the curvature of my lumbar, the lumbar curvature, I forget what it's called. It also allows the chi to flow through your body smoothly. Chi, prana, life force energy. Let's tune into ourselves as these sirens go by, right? We can practice a little bit of alternate nostril breathing to cleanse the psychic channels of our body, to even out the masculine and feminine energies that we carry, etc. So keeping your keeping your left wrist rested on your knee, and however you'd like, you can do this mudra, whatever, but with your right hand, you're going to bend your middle fingers in. You're going to bend your pointer finger and your middle finger to your palm, having your pinky finger, your ring finger, and your thumb still extended outwards. And you turn the mudra to face your face, and alternate nostril breathing is you're going to inhale into one nostril, hold the breath for a certain count, exhale the opposite nostril, inhaling through that same nostril, holding the breath once again, and exhaling out of the left nostril. So just letting the energy flow through both nostrils and just purifying your body, the emotional, the physical, all of those bodies. All right, so again, grounding down into the mat, activating your nadi, I forgot what it's called, but nadi, I forgot what it means, but I'm gonna look it up. So yeah, your thumb is gonna be used to close your right nostril, and your ring finger is gonna be used to close your left nostril. Your pinky finger just kind of hangs out here. So I'll start you guys off. Inhaling through your left nostril for, well, how many counts are we gonna do? We'll do 6, 4, 6. Okay, so inhaling for 6, holding for 4, exhaling for 6. All right? So plugging up your right nostril with your right thumb, inhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plugging both nostrils, holding for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out of the right nostril, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding both nostrils, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out of the left nostril, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding the breath, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling out of the right nostril. Inhaling into the right. Holding for 4. Exhaling out of the left. Inhaling to the left. Holding both nostrils. Exhaling out of the right. Continuing at your own pace. Completing whatever round you're on, and then returning to a natural breath. Resting both hands at your knees. Maybe your eyes are closed, or maybe your gaze is softened. Whatever's feeling good for you in this moment. And to close out our practice, we will do a yogic seal, and then you can join me in Om, and then we'll head to bed. So for the yogic seal, it's gonna just seal our entire practice together, wrap everything up, and complete it. So you can extend your arms behind your back, clasping your hands together. Palms come to touch one another, shoulder blades rolling down your back, feeling that spaciousness across your chest. And you're going to pull your torso forward close to the earth, keeping your pelvic bone tilted frontwards, bringing your forehead close to the earth. Your arms come perpendicular to the mat. Exhaling, lifting back up out of the pose, unclasping your hands, wiggling out your wrists. We'll take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Feel free to join me in Om as we inhale through our nose. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in every single one of you. Thank you for connecting with me during this practice. Thank you for showing up for yourself. That just really makes me happy. Not that it matters, but it does matter. My happiness matters, and so does yours. So I am definitely sleepier than I've been in a long time. I hope everyone gets some good rest, ready for a good night's sleep, some enlightening dreams maybe. Stay eclectic. Mwah.